problem, and the first step that we need to do is divide each term by the denominator. So we have 6 secant, then the 5 over the denominator, and then the last term. Now we need to simplify each term, and in the first one we are going to cancel this one with the cubed, and this is going to become a 2. So we're going to be left with the division of 6 over 2, which is 3 secant squared x, and then we use an identity to solve this, and it's going to be negative 5 over 2 cosine of x. And in the last section we are going to cancel these secants with this, and we're going to be left with only 2, which is 4 divided by 2 secant x tangent of x. Always write the notation. And then now we're going to write our final answer. This is going to be left as 3 tangent of x, because this is a rule that we use. Then we're going to have negative 5 over 2 sine of x, because we're using another rule. And then at last we're going to use another rule, and we're left with 2 secant of x plus c, and this is our final answer.
A company is redesigning its cans from a radius of 4 inches to 4.2 inches. The height stays the same, 10 inches. Approximately how much will the volume change? With the word approximately, we're talking about differentiation. So, we have the formula for volume of a cylinder, which is the shape of a can. So, now we have to use derivatives in order to obtain the approximate change. So, this is the proper notation for a derivative. Now, so we took out the number 2, we put it as a constant. 2 pi is a number, so we take it out. The r we subtracted 2 minus 1 is the power of 1, and the height, since it says it stays 10 inches, we just put 10. And in order to obtain the volume, we have to multiply by the dx, and the dx is, if our first x was 4 and our second x was 4.2, then the delta x would be x2 minus x1, which is 0.2. So here we substitute 0.2, and the answer is 16 pi.
Now they ask us to find the actual change. When we talk about actual change, we talk about increments, so we have to obtain our delta y and our delta x. Now the first step is we have to substitute our both of our x's in the formula to obtain the volume, and then this way we can obtain the delta y by subtracting both results. In order to obtain delta y, we have to subtract the final answer, the final result in volume minus the first result in volume, which gets us to 176.4 pi minus 160 pi, which gives us 16.4 pi. Remember that when we talk about the volume, we always talk in units cubed. Also, you need to remember that always the delta y and differential of y will be almost or practically the same.
So now they're asking us the approximate and the exact change in weight and when we use delta and when we use differential. So all we gotta do is we already have this information, we already have this information. So we're just going to cross multiply and divide the rule of 3. So we multiply here 0.6 times 16.4 and then we divide that answer by our real 1 cubic inch. And the answer for this is going to be 30.90. And now we do the same in the other. We multiply and then we divide. And for this one, we're going to have as an answer 30.15. As you can see, the difference between one and another is almost nothing. So now they're telling us that the max amount of pounds that we can have is 2. So how do we do this operation? Forget in pounds the answer. Once again, cross multiply and up divide the rule of 3. Our answer is 1.88 pounds. So this is less than 2 pounds. So yes, we can work with that.
No matter what, got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, every